Hello, my beautiful Pisces, Sharon Zadkiel, here with your general reading for the second half of August 2020. Apologies for the delay in uploading this video. Circumstances beyond my control. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Please be reminded that I'm not a spiritual master or a guru, so what comes out in this reading for today is the most likely outcome of the energy that sits here and now. You have free will. May you be blessed with good choices. For those interested in a private reading, my links are down below. Okay, what do my beautiful Pisces want to say to you? This makes me very happy. You have the Emperor card sitting underneath, as the energy is sitting underneath this reading for you today. So it's time for you, my beautiful Pisces, to put your big girl and pants on and be the boss man. This is an energy of knowing who you are and where you want to go. For many of you, again, general reading, so if it resonates, beautiful. If it doesn't, please move on. Is that at this particular point in time, self-employment would be a path that I would really recommend investigating, especially with the Emperor card, because he is the boss man. This is absolutely gorgeous. There have been concerns coming into and through the month of August within and around your finances, and with the changing landscape with which we live, it's no wonder at all. You also have the Six of Swords. So this is you moving away from the difficulties, from the trouble, from that turbulent waters. This is what we want. We want to move out of the ups and downs and get into the equanimity, or the, how to put it, the calmer waters. We want to, where possible, my beautiful Pisces, whatever plans you're putting in place at the moment, and if you are thinking of moving, then it is a case of getting out of the difficulties and moving towards the calmer, more tranquil scenarios, the people, places and things. We want to be surrounded by those people that are calm, that are peaceful. We want to bring that energy into ourselves so that you can feel calm and peaceful as you use the energy of the Chariot, the Hierophant and the World card to recreate yourself on time. This is really going to be a big time of transformation. Many of you will be looking at travel, whether that be with regards to people, places or things, moving away from certain situations, certain people, and moving towards that which is new. For some of you, again, general reading, this will actually be a physical movement. You'll be using the energy of the Chariot card to have the vehicle to overcome any of the problems that you now face, to get from one side and the rocky side of this river or lake and or seas and get to the calmer water and get over to the other side. The Chariot gives you the vehicle of movement, of transport. You have the wherefore, and you also have the finances needed to get you to where you need to be. You know, all of your wants may not be met, but your needs will be. You have good advice coming in with the Hierophant. This is, you know, enlightenment, self-enlightenment, working on those spiritual practices that bring in that peace of mind and the calmness and the quietening of the monkey chatter that can go on in your mind, so that you can receive the messages coming from divine and from spirit, so that you can listen to your own internal guidance with regards to what is actually the next best move. With the World card, you know, this is completion of business. This is cycles ending. It needs to be a case of out with the old and in with the new. Removal of blockages, removal of that which no longer serves you. And that is also because of the astrological events. You know, things have been coming out at left field for many of us, dear hearts. And so it's a case of being able to take a deep breath, not seeing it as a catastrophe, but seeing it as an opportunity to really switch things around, to travel towards that which you really want to be heading towards. Yeah. Okay, you have the Ace of Swords. So this is, again, total victory, divine justice, removal of blockages. You come through this quite difficult, challenging, transformational process wearing your crown. You have the Two of Swords. So you're able to cut through all the bullshit and, again, to bring in the harmony, peace and triumph. This is what your heart's goal is at the moment, and this is whatever decisions and choices that you find yourself having to make towards the latter half and, you know, through the end of August and really until the end of the year, you need to be, you know, is this going to bring peace and tranquility? Is this going to bring harmony and stability into my life? They are the things that you need to be focused on, the people, places, and things that you need to be moving towards. With the Devil card sitting here, you know, especially under the Chariot card, if, you know, you are given an offer, you know, messages come through, again, general reading, so I'm just going to pass them on, is that for some of you, you'll actually be looking at purchasing, you know, a new vehicle. Be wary of, if it looks too good and it's too cheap for what you should be paying for it, then it probably is. Get the car checked out, double checked, triple checked. It may look good, it may sound good, but it has some hidden issues that, you know, you may want to reconsider that particular option and look at spending a little bit more money and getting something that will last you long term. There are also a number of things, especially with the advice that is coming in for you, because it's sitting underneath the Hierophant card, of the Nine of Swords energy. So there are messages that are coming in that have left you, you know, feeling like you just want to go to bed, shut the blinds, close the door and stay there, not go out. This is the energy of, you know, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, the insomnia, the depression, and the anxiety. And it is the uncertain times that we're in, and with the changing goalposts that are happening, with regards to, you know, what's going on with lockdowns and border closures and etc. that we're seeing here in Australia. And I know that there are a lot of things that are occurring in different parts of the world as well that are, you know, it's bringing in uncertain times. Everything is getting a little bit jangled. Everything is getting a little bit stirred up. However, if we can look at the situation as the ability to, you know, utilize the energy of the World card to bring in the successful completion of business, to allow the past life to go. The way we lived, the way we interacted, the way we traveled in the past is no longer an option for many of us. And so we need to get out of it as something negative and see, okay, this is actually an opportunity for me to do things in a different way. Because if you do, then you bring in the King of Pentacles. So you bring in the successful energy. You bring in and utilize your ability to think about the situation deeply, to really look at your options objectively. So, you know, I would suggest for many of you that are having to make major decisions with regards to people, places and things, with regards to where you work, who you work with, you know, for others, where you actually live, to really, you know, write down the pros and the cons, the advantages, the disadvantages, and look at objectively which path and which decisions are going to long term leave you in the best possible position that you can be in. And also with the Devil card here, some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn individual. Again, this is a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising. So it's like, you know, this is a card of beware, there are hidden forces. And astrologically, you know, we are seeing energies that we have not seen and will not see again in our lifetime. The energy is heavy. And, you know, it's the heaviest we will see ever. It's like, you know, the first half of the year we thought was a bit difficult. The second half of this year is presenting itself as even more tumultuous. So realize that there are things within your control and things that are out of your control. Those things that are out of your control, you just have to take a deep breath and go with the flow. If you do have things that you can do and places and procedures that you can put in place, and that, you know, further study for some of you, that you can look at to get you to where you need to go. It's a case of being a lifelong learner, taking the lessons from the past and moving forward into our new reality with a different perspective on everything. Okay, what do the angels most want you to know at this particular point in time? Okay, absolutely perfect. Life purpose is the card from the angels today. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. So again, it's a case of, you know, doing what is for the greater good of all. And when we do that, we also help ourselves, because when we help ourselves, we help those around us. When we give to ourselves first, we have more to give to others. This is a time of self-love, of self-nurturing, but also realizing that we need to find the compassion and the kindness, so that our own, you know, oversensitivity and ability to be easily triggered at this point in time will pass. But before we say those hurtful words or react and go into victim mode, we really need to be compassionate and think about it before we actually say anything. It's like, before you respond, take a deep breath and think about it, is the only way I can describe it, because that will help you get out of the martyrdom. That will help you, you know, allow you to see that, you know, yes, there has been cruelty, yes, there has been deception in and around you, but these are things that say more about those particular individuals than they do about yourself. This is a time of, it is not what other people say and do, it is how we react to it. And we can either react to it as what they are saying is true, or we can see what they are saying and what they are doing is really a projection of where they are sitting at this particular moment. For those of you that have been doing the spiritual work, and I know many of you have, know that you are coming from a higher vibrational place. And so if others are stuck down in the negative emotions, you know, do what you can to get them out. But if they start projecting and attacking you personally, leave it with them. There's no need for you to get into that toe-to-toe, in-your-face arguments. You know, people don't have a short fuse. There is no fuse at the moment, and people are extremely oversensitive, and people are projecting and being easily triggered. So just hold that in mind with all of your interactions, especially in, you know, from basically now until the end of the year. Much love, much light. Namaste, Sharon.